Welcome to The World in Social. I'm Chris Rieger with your look at the week in social media news, thanks to our podcast partner Social News Desk, powering social media for over 1,500 newsrooms on 5 continents. Find out more at socialnewsdesk.com. Coming up in this edition, the stars line up to criticise Trump over his transgender rights. F1 driver wants more social media on race weekends. Twitter unveils its new direct messaging feature for businesses wanting a more personal approach. WhatsApp's new update. ARN launches a new digital and social campaign for Kyle and Jackie O. And later in the podcast, I'm joined by my special guest, Carly Wacker. We'll find out how she's using social media to promote herself and businesses on Queensland's Sunshine Coast. But first, Beyoncé has taken to Facebook over changes to US federal policy towards bathroom usage for transgender school students. The singer has been directing her fans to support US LGBTQ school advocacy group, GLSEN. The post came a day after US President Donald Trump announced his team would revoke guidelines created by the Obama administration on the use of bathrooms by transgender students in the country's public schools. Under Trump's changes, the matter will return to the states, potentially to be determined by state courts on an instance-by-instance basis. A number of other stars, like Ellen, Katy Perry and Sia, have also thrown their support behind the 100 Days of Kindness campaign. Lewis Hamilton says he'd like to see new Formula One owner Liberty Media relax the rules on the use of social media by drivers on race weekends. Speaking at the Mercedes 2017 launch at Silverstone, Hamilton used the NBA and NFL as examples, saying they utilise social media a lot better. In the past, if he'd posted a picture or a video, he would have got a warning from officials. Hamilton says this year he's hoping that they'll change that rule, saying social media is a super easy free tool to grow the sport to engage with fans. Ever messaged a business on Twitter only to get a generic response back? Chances are it was an automated reply which left you feeling pretty cold. Twitter is hoping to change all that with its new custom profiles in direct messages feature, allowing businesses to better emphasise that human element in private conversations. @T-Mobile Help is the first account to use the new feature. When a customer makes contact with the account, the response now comes from a personal profile, not a faceless brand account. According to Twitter's own research, personalised experience with a human connection can create significant benefits for businesses. 77% of people are likely to recommend a brand following a personalised customer service interaction on Twitter. Meantime, WhatsApp has rolled out a new feature which now lets users share photos, GIFs and videos overlaid with drawings, emojis and captions. The status feature puts the social networking app in the same space as Messenger, Instagram and Twitter, allowing users to share highlights of their day through so-called stories or moments. WhatsApp tested the feature back in November and is now rolling it out worldwide on iOS, Android and Windows phones. You can find out more about those new features at our website, theworldinSocial.com. The Australian Radio Network has launched a fun new TV, digital and social campaign to promote the Kyle and Jackie O show on Sydney's KISS 106.5. The campaign, put together by creative agency Joy, uses real conversations and responses to find out what listeners really think of the top-rating breakfast show hosts behind a two-way mirror. And those who took part didn't hold back. Have a listen to the audio.
Hi everyone, welcome. Hi, how are you going? Amy, what do you think Jackie O really thinks about Kyle?
Look, I've heard rumours that she doesn't like him, that she thinks he's a slob.
Oh.
Now, where would she have heard that from?
Didn't you buy a Lamborghini he can't get into?
That's completely wrong. It was the Ferrari I couldn't get into. I fit in the Lamborghini fine.
What other jobs do you think Kyle would be good at?
He could be a plus-size model.
Ooh, burn.
She's right, though.
And if you haven't seen them yet, you can check out the TV commercials on our website. If you think you're spending way too much time on social media, there is help available. You could try using an app like Antisocial, which makes it easy for you to target and block any distracting websites so you can be more productive. Just fire up Antisocial and sites like Facebook and Twitter magically disappear. No more distractions. You can get Antisocial blocks for as little as 15 minutes or up to 8 hours. The software makes no permanent changes to your computer, and if you need to get back online before time elapses, just reboot your PC and run Antisocial for 10 minutes. Imagine what you could do with all that increased productivity. My first guest on our podcast is Carly Wacker, who's been involved in social media for quite some time through her radio career and also as a brand ambassador for several businesses on the Sunshine Coast. Carly, welcome to The World in Social. Thanks for joining me.
What an absolute pleasure to be your first guest. I'm very excited to have a chat with you, Chris.
How exciting. Now, tell us about how your week in social media starts. What sort of routine is involved in the life of Carly Wacker?
I wouldn't say it's a routine. It's just I'm essentially attached to my phone or my laptop. I spend a lot of time on social media, not only for myself and for my own profile, but obviously as a brand ambassador for other businesses. I spend a lot of time sharing their information on my social media. So it's just a social media world I'm living in, Chris.
Now, tell me, being a social brand ambassador, what sort of things are you doing for your clients? You're obviously I know that you've done video, that you go out and you do video with your clients and shoot videos. What else do you do?
Well, the whole thing sort of started for me with people coming to me with products from their business and saying, could you try this and give us a little review? And out of that, I thought, well, we can do something a bit more to build brand awareness. And I take it to local networking and social media marketing, and we do some videos as well. I do little promo videos, weekly videos for one of my clients' beauty salon. So if they've got a special happening one week, we'll do a video. We'll actually show the treatment and then share the information on our social media outlets.
And how have the businesses reacted with you getting involved in their social media and helping to promote their businesses, I suppose, to a new audience on the sunny coast?
Yeah, well, it's obviously good for them because it attracts a new set of clients, a different set of clients, reaching out to people that haven't yet been exposed to their brand. So, I mean, it obviously builds the brand awareness with existing clients, but it attracts new clients. And with the videos that I've been doing, it's also something a little different for the businesses that I'm working with. I mean, not everyone is doing a promo video every week.
Yep. You know, a lot of businesses are turning to video as a way of attracting attention on social media because, particularly with Facebook as a platform, we're seeing a lot more video on Facebook these days than just, static text posts, I suppose.
A lot of it's about experiential marketing. So people need to understand what it's all about and to see something, to visualize what the product is or what the service is or what a treatment is in the case of beauty salons or day spas.
Yep.
It just makes it a little bit more real, doesn't it? You can see what the experience is going to be like and get a real feel for it. Yeah,
I guess in that fashion sort of industry, anything where you can see the products and get a sense for it is obviously going to have a huge benefit.
Yeah, and that is exactly why Instagram is one of the most successful social media tools for any fashion and beauty-related business. It's very visual, and some of the most successful fashion and beauty brands are on Instagram with a very consistent message through photographs and through quirky word content. And they're the ones that you look at their pictures and you see the pictures every single day. And day one, you like it. Day two, you like it a bit more. Day three, you go, I think I'm going to make a decision to buy from these people. And it's all about consistent branding. It's very, very visual, and it has to be cool. It has to be consistent.
In terms of fashion, because that's generally what you do a lot of, Carly, is Instagram probably the best platform in terms of getting exposure for fashion labels?
Absolutely. Some of the biggest brands have been born out of their Instagram accounts. There is a particular brand, a Bikini a Day, a couple of girls who just embarked on taking photos of themselves in bikinis every single day, a different bikini. And they eventually developed their own line of bikinis. But because they had developed such a strong following on Instagram alone, they then have other brands coming to them saying, can you please wear my bikini? And it just grew into this enormous business, which is recognised worldwide now.
Yep. For those who are trying to grow their presence on Instagram, Carly, what advice would you have for anyone who's looking to, build their business using Instagram?
Be very consistent with your message. Have a persona. Know what you represent as a business, what you look like. So the way you sound, the way you look has to be consistent. You see some of the most successful businesses have a colour theme that runs through every single photograph. that is consistent with their brand logo. So just be very consistent, be persistent, and know who you are and represent yourself as who you are.
And also probably understand, what social media platforms are going to work best, particularly if you're starting a new business too, what platforms are going to work best for you as well.
Yeah, and you'll pick it up fairly quickly. If you play with all the social media platforms, you'll find very quickly which ones work. I have a little side business as a canine masseuse, and out of interest, I have been following my Instagram and Facebook, and I'm seeing so much more growth in Instagram than I am Facebook with this particular business. So it's hard to know why, and at a later date, I'm sure we can explore that a little bit more. But yeah, I feel like Instagram is definitely the winning social media marketing tool at the moment.
Is it because that doggies are cute on Instagram?
Who doesn't love a cute doggy photo on Instagram? Animal photos are a winner.
They are, aren't they? Everyone loves a good animal shot.
But of course, I've got a great business behind it.
Well, yes, that's the that's the important thing here, of course.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess for a business like that, as you say, everyone loves a cute animal shot. So I guess Instagram really sort of allows you to highlight the kind of work that you're doing, because it's really visual, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's aspirational. I think that's the other thing with Instagram, whereas Facebook is more reality.
Yep.
Instagram is aspirational. So you can be really edgy and really fashionable and really cool. Whereas on Facebook, I think everyone is expected to be a little bit more real.
Yep. Where do you see social media going over the next few years, Carly?
Well, it's obviously just going to keep growing and growing. And we've all got to stay on top of it, of course. If you are not on Instagram or Facebook as a business, you're really doing yourself a disservice. It's the way of the future. People are buying from social media. They're not necessarily going to websites anymore, although they'll refer to a website if they grow an interest with a brand through social media first. So I think you've just got to make sure that you're on board. If you can't do social media yourself, get someone on board that can do it for you and do it well. If you have a person, maybe a university student or someone that's very social media savvy, and you're just a small business starting out, get them to help you. And make sure you do develop that persona before you start putting photos out there. Don't just randomly put photos out there. It has to have a reason to be there in the first place.
You've really got to sort of sit down and work out your plan and your brand first, don't you, before you start hitting up all your socials with, starting to promote your business and that kind of thing. You really got to sort of...
Be very clear.
Be very clear, yeah.
Yeah, be very clear what your strategy is, what your brand is, and who your target audience is.
Some great words of advice there, Carly, and good luck with the dog masseuse business. That's only a new one for you, isn't it?
It is, but dogs and fashion go hand in hand, right?
Well,
or is that just me?
I think that might just be you, and I'll look forward to seeing some cute doggy pics, which we might get some up on our website. Carly, good to talk to you. Thanks for your time on The World in Social. And that's all for this edition of The World in Social. I'm Chris Rieger. Join me next week as we explore the world in social, thanks to Social News Desk, powering social media for over 1,500 newsrooms on 5 continents. Find out more at socialnewsdesk.com.